We're not talking about those odd moves that you immediately dump from a Pokemon's move list. We're not even talking about those slightly out of the ordinary moves like Pikachu flying in the 5th generation game, or Starmie, a water-based Pokemon, using Thunderbolt. This is about the weirdest of the weird. Number 1. Payday, MEOWTH. The modern generation of Pokemon games took this ability down a peg. Now it just feels weird to use Payday with a MEOWTH. Getting a few Pokecoins here and there doesn't really seem worth it. If you grew up with the original generation though, you totally get why this was the ability you wanted to keep. Trainers used to make some serious virtual money off of Payday. It's probably why so many people are hooked on the get-rich-quick schemes nowadays. They simply used Payday in Pokemon too much and built up an expectation. Number 2. Fire Blast, GYARADOS. It's the end of the game. You just beat the final 4, out pops your rival who's been annoying you all game. They choose their loyal companion since day 1, Venusaur. Obviously, you need to hit this grass type with your epic ability, Fire Blast. So you call out none other than GYARADOS? Yeah, it feels weird, right? Sure, GYARADOS is basically a dragon, but he resides underwater usually. It just feels cheap to let this aquatic beast shoot fire out of its mouth. At this point, it's simply cheating. At least then his color matches the fire attack that he's somehow capable of using. Number 3. Dark Void, DARKRAD. Imagine being in space, hurtling towards a dark void. You don't look at your captain and say, nah, it's alright, we'll just go to sleep when we hit it. And therein lies the weirdness of this ability. DARKRAD, the move's user, should be able to do damage with Dark Void. It makes sense considering that the opponent is literally swallowed in darkness. All that being said, we can't complain too much. When you mix Dark Void with some of DARKRAD's other moves, it becomes way overpowered. Number 4. Rain Dance, MOLTRES. Rain Dance is a super useful move. Water-type Pokemon gain stronger attacks, and certain Thunder-based strikes get way better accuracy. It's a popular move for fans of the Water and Lightning tag team strategy. But you know what doesn't make sense? Is giving Rain Dance to a Fire-based Pokemon. And yet, here we are. For some reason, the developers thought that it made sense for Moltres. Yeah, Moltres, the legendary bird literally made of fire, to use Rain Dance. Excuse us for just 1 second. We need to go sort out which wall to bang our head against. Why do you give Moltres this power? It literally makes him weaker. It's like spraying him with a hose before sending him out to do battle. Number 5. Hidden Power, Unknown. Go back to that 2nd generation of Pokemon games. Your character is casually exploring the Johto region without a care in the world. Suddenly you come across these random creatures that look like symbols. Everybody remembers their first encounter with the unknown. For some, they felt like this mysterious being was totally worth capturing. The best part of Hidden Power is that it varies based on the type of Pokemon. It's a super odd ability to get the hang of, but when you do, look out. Number 6. Earthquake, TEDDIURSA. Earthquake, on the surface, is not that weird of a move, and yes, the pun was intended there. It's the connection with certain lower level Pokemon that makes the concept feel strange though. So here's the best example that we can come up with on the spot. Take TEDDIURSA, a cute Pokemon with a gentle demeanor. Doesn't really seem like the candidate for this ground-shattering move. However, you can totally teach TEDDIURSA Earthquake. Just picture it in your head really quickly. Imagine this thing causing the earth to move and groove. It just doesn't feel right at all. Number 7. Stealth Rock, DIANCIE. The phrase stealth rock is an oxymoron. Rocks aren't usually the stealthiest thing in the world. Sure, every once in a while you're gonna slip on a rock and fall, but it's not a common occurrence. The idea that a Pokemon can create secret rocks to cause damage is laughable. Still, one Pokemon really benefits from Stealth Rock, and that Pokemon is DIANCIE. A lot of people seem to overlook this nimble, diamond-encrusted monster. DIANCIE can use Diamond Storm though, and when it's on point, it can knock opponents out quickly, which gives more reason to use a weird move like Stealth Rock, even if the concept is a bit odd. Number 8. Milk Drink, MILTANK. Brace yourself, there's no other way to talk about this entry, and it's about to get awkward. Like super awkward. It all centers around one special detail about Milk Drink. Miltank's move allows a Pokemon to regenerate health points. It's a nice way to save up your health points and keep yourself in a fight. However, consider the fact that Miltank can use Milk Drink on itself. So that means Miltank is technically drinking its own magic milk. Number 9. Sandstorm, Articuno. People normally associate Sandstorm with two different things, Sandshrew and Darude. By now the music is playing in your head even without the sound. But we are here to highlight another odd Sandstorm associate. We're talking about Articuno. You know, Articuno, the legendary bird with a knack for ice-based attacks. Apparently living in an ice cave helps a bird learn Sandstorm. Sure, the wings of Articuno help it to use Sandstorm, but the association feels off. Oh well, the move helps a lot in battle, so who are we to complain? Number 10. Memento, Coughing. Not the famous 2000s movie directed by Christopher Nolan. That entry is for an entirely different list. It's the memento that leaves this odd curse on your own Pokemon for a few rounds. It was introduced in the 3rd generation and is often associated with coughing, though other ghost and poison-based Pokemon can use it. Memento actually causes the user to faint, but it leaves the opponent with severely damaged attack and special attack stats. It's like coughing just pops in, ruins your day, and then pops back out. Many people tend to avoid using this due to its weird drawback, but the move can come in handy. Number 11. Splash, Magikarp. Hey, don't laugh. Splash is an incredible move when used properly. Sure, it has no effect on the opponent, but that doesn't mean that you can't use it in battle in other ways. Magikarp deserves some love too, you know. So here is our patently epic way to use Splash in battle. You're battling someone online for the first time. You start with a Magikarp and splash around a bit. Bam. You've got them off guard and they don't take you seriously now. And they waste a move or two getting rid of your fish friends. What they don't know is next up after your Magikarp is their big brother GYARADOS, who's come to seek revenge. Number 12. Endeavor, RATTATA. Take a deep breath. Yes, no move is as frustrating as Endeavor used in coordination with a Focus Sash and Quick Attack. But the bright side is, you don't see this super often. It takes a truly cruel person to find a way to make Endeavor one of the most feared moves in the game. Basically, Endeavor allows the Pokemon to force the opponent to match them in health points. It's a weird move to pull out of the blue. Number 13. Present, PICHU as an egg. Gifting an explosive present to the enemy is the kind of thing you'd expect from the Joker, not a Pokemon. Delibird is famous for the move, and his anime character is always giving out these gifts to his companions and to his foes. However, he's not the only one known for using this special ability. PICHU and a number of other egg-based Pokemon can gain this ability. The odd part is that PICHU can use this move right out of the egg. It usually takes a bit to learn this, and it's weird to see PICHU, of all Pokemon, use it. Either way, it's strange to watch so many other creatures pull out a random present. Number 14. Extreme Speed, Lucario. Everyone knows about Quick Attack. It's been around longer than most kids have been playing the game. It's an iconic normal attack. But meet its older cousin, Extreme Speed. Did you ever wonder why Lucario is so fast in the Super Smash Bros. Games? It probably has something to do with Extreme Speed. And before you say it, yeah, we know, he's not the fastest character. Either way, Extreme Speed is this underrated gem of a move. It's actually quicker than Quick Attack. Number 15, Explosion, WAILORD. Admit it. Nothing makes a player hit run faster than seeing a Voltorb getting ready to combust. It's honestly more terrifying than the little girl in Poltergeist. Explosion is a weird move to use when it's your own Pokemon in the battle. Even weirder is the idea of a large, whale-like monster exploding. The fact WAILORD can use Explosion is mind-boggling. A single WAILORD explosion would not end well at all for the opponent's Pokemon. Number 16, Mold Breaker, PINSIR. The name Mold Breaker feels simple enough, but then you end up considering what's actually happening to the Pokemon. It's said the Pokemon is breaking the mold, but what does that mean? Are they like shedding off their past self or something? And honestly, we don't have a real answer here. It's what's so weird about this ability. The fact PINSIR can use it, but not some other Pokemon, just makes this more of a headache. Yeah, Mold Breaker is a great move to use when you can, but no one ever stops to ask what that's supposed to look like. 17. Surf, RHYDON. Okay, so we totally said in the introduction that we weren't going to talk about things like Pikachu flying. However, just hear us out, okay? In what universe can a beast like RHYDON possibly surf in water? Yeah, an electrical rat soaring in the sky? It's a bit odd. But this rhino, made of rock, shouldn't be able to swim. That's it. There's no witty jokes here. RHYDON is a rock and ground Pokemon. The active word there is ground. It's awesome that you can use Surf with him in battle though. It makes him even stronger. However, if we're being honest with ourselves, it's just not possible. Number 18. Transform, Ditto. There's been too much slander about Ditto's ability to transform lately. People all over the internet keep telling you not to bother and that it's more trouble than it's worth. Now sure, you don't get many moves from the transform Ditto, but that's not the point. This move is totally amazing for a different reason. It's hard to catch a Dragonite or a Golem. During your career as a Pokemon trainer, you're going to battle some Pokemon that you'd only catch in your wildest dreams. Ditto's Transform gives you the chance to pretend that you have that Pokemon. Yeah, it's belief and false, but the memory is real. Don't give up on Transform. It's a way to make dreams come true. Number 19. Attract, CRYOGONAL. Attract is another one of those moves that made some of us throw our Game Boy Colors across the room. It was incredibly frustrating to watch one monster put your team of all-male Pokemon out of commission. Now you suddenly needed to pay attention to the sex of your Pokemon during battles. What's even worse is Attract is already a weird move. It openly tells the gamer that their Pokemon is attracted to this strange stray Pokemon that you just met. Then you get weird debates about the move, like how CRYOGONAL shouldn't even be able to use the ability. Honestly, Game Freak should just get rid of the move entirely. It just causes troubles anyway. Sure, it's great when you use it, but being on the other end is never fun. Number 20. Shadow Ball, BUDEW. BUDEW is adorable. Watching this bright, colorful Pokemon prance around your screen is a treat. Then you use one in battle, and it can cast Shadow Ball? It's like watching a Mogwai turn into a gremlin right before your eyes. Shadow Ball, honestly, is a pretty baller attack. It's a ghost-based move that can lower your foe's special defense stats. All of that is fine and dandy. What's not fine though is watching this ball of darkness come from something so stinking cute. Now BUDEW is partly poison based, so it does kind of make sense, but we still hate to see it happen. Number 21. Compound Eyes, BUTTERFREE. Lots of fans of the games believe Compound Eyes is given to too little of Pokemon. They want to see more than just a few bug types be able to use the ability. We totally agree, and it's odd that that's not the case. The whole issue is one of those things that casual players don't often consider, but the hardcore enthusiasts get really passionate about when it gets brought up. However, enjoy Compound Eyes while you've got it. BUTTERFREE is a great option to use this move with. The ability boosts the accuracy of BUTTERFREE's attacks. In other words, it almost guarantees the opponent is hit by your poison and sleep attacks. BUTTERFREE is super useful that way, and Compound Eyes makes this Pokemon unstoppable. Number 22. Blizzard, DUNSPARCE. DUNSPARCE, that weird little snake thing, is hiding some tricks up its sleeve. Well, I mean, snakes don't have sleeves, but you know what we're getting at here. DUNSPARCE is packing a super powerful move hidden beneath that unassuming persona. Turns out, it can use Blizzard if you want to teach it to it. There are a ton of Pokemon that can learn Blizzard. The move freezes opponents and causes a good bit of damage. The fact that DUNSPARCE, basically a tired-looking slug, can use that good of a move is crazy. Try it out sometime and feel how weird it is to see. It's just unnatural. Number 23. Rock Smash, HAPPINY. HAPPINY is the kind of creature that makes you smile. She's pure joy to watch battle, and the idea of her getting hurt sends a shockwave through the system. The same goes for her doing a lot of damage, yet here we are with another surprising entry on this list. HAPPINY can actually learn and then use Rock Smash. Yeah, Rock Smash. The kind of ability that allows a Pokemon to smash through solid stone is part of HAPPINY's arsenal. Don't upset this egg-like monster. You might just end up regretting the battle you picked with a wild Happening. Number 24. Thunderbolt, GYARADOS. Welcome back, GYARADOS. Looks like you're the only repeat offender on this list. Well, let's get on with it then. Here we have another example of this one Pokemon just stealing every single possible type of move. Seriously, Thunderbolt is a pretty cool ability, but if Gyarados tried to use it in water, he'd end up hurting himself. Why do these things keep happening to this one creature? It's just because he's a dragon-based Pokemon, but being a dragon doesn't give you all these attacks. Usually they're forced to focus on just one and stick with it. Somehow Gyarados is the exception and makes all other dragon types green with envy. Number 25. Toxic Jigglypuff. Okay, so Jigglypuff isn't the nicest character in the anime. She won't hesitate to draw on your face after knocking you out. Still, generally speaking though, this ball of pink goodness is sweet at heart. No one considers Jigglypuff to be evil or dastardly, which is exactly why Toxic doesn't fit in Puff's arsenal. Toxic badly poisons the opponent and deals a huge amount of damage. It's incredibly useful to pull out when you need a big opening move. Here's the kicker though, only a few Pokemon can't learn Toxic. It's the idea of giving Jigglypuff the ability that feels so weird though, because it doesn't fit the character's personality. However, combining Toxic with some of Jigglypuff's mainstays leads to some pretty powerful combos. It's like a peanut butter and bacon sandwich. It shouldn't work, but instead it works perfectly. We're willing to bet that this rapid fire got you itching to go back and play some of the older games. It's too tempting to not stack Gyarados with Thunderbolt and Fire Blast, or watch RHYDON use Surf despite its massive size. Which of these weird abilities are you going to test next? Let us know in the comments section down below, and while you're at it, do us a favor and explain Mold Breaker please. Thank you. Support the Binger by subscribing and liking this video, because there's always more where this came from.